Candid Kudzi. Conversations flow and women grow. We break taboos, build strong bridges through shared experiences and empowering stories. Welcome
to Candid Kudzi. We are still on 50 days to 50 and we are starting on day 30. Lesson number 30. What Femi taught me, I was going to start with how he taught me to not eat too much salt. Maybe I should just start there. I used to eat quite a lot of salt. He told me salt was not good for me. He changed my palate. I can safely say I no longer eat as much salt as I used to. I was one of those people who, as soon as I get my plate, before I even taste what's in the food, even if I'm the one who's cooked it, I would sprinkle in a bit of salt. And he told me that was a very Zimbo and unhealthy habit. So yeah, he taught me to eat less salt, and I am eating less salt. People around me can attest to it now, that when people put what they think is normal, it's always salty for me. And I've noticed that even with my children. Just yesterday, I prepared a meal and I had to apologize. When I tasted it, I was like, oh guys, it's so salty. And it was. They were even unhappy about it. So I'm glad at least that I met him and I was able to stop eating too much salt. Who knows, I might have become hypertensive at such a young age. And I guess it's because I stopped eating too much salt. Which is good, because already I don't take a lot of sugar, and then now I don't take salt at all. So that's lesson number 30 from Femi. One important lesson that he also taught me was to start with God. On this very desk that I am right now, he would sit every morning, play music, read his Bible, pray. Like I would hear him from my sleep in the next room that the guy is up and he is in communion with God. It's a habit that I'm still cultivating. I sometimes get it right and then I sometimes just can't get it, but I'm work in progress and I'm better than where I was at the beginning of my marriage. At least I have a consciousness of starting early, starting with God consistently. To rest in God. That was a big lesson, right? To not fret, to not worry, to just relax and know that God's got me. Like I said in the previous episodes, I don't know which one, I said that God always comes through. He does. But we need to expect him. He used to say there is an end. The expectation of the righteous shall not be cut off. So the extent of faith is not passive. Faith is a doing word. I need to believe. And when I believe, then I must act it. I mustn't fret over what I'm believing God for. I must rest. I must not lose sleep. My mind mustn't be all over the place. I must just trust that God knows what is best for me and God will come through. And he always does come through. He never fails. He's a faithful God. That I believe with all my heart. I think I've seen it too much in my life. Crying won't move God. Guys, I was a crybaby at 24. Yeah, I got married at 24. I would cry about anything and everything. But now I don't even cry. Like, I do cry, but not as much. I think I'm more a fighter now than a crier. I have more insight. I'm more in control of my emotions. And that has been maybe due to the people that I've surrounded myself with, which is another lesson, by the way. I hope I don't forget it. People I've surrounded myself with, but also because of the consciousness that in this life, nothing that shouldn't happen will happen. And nothing that should happen will not happen. I hope you got me. If it should happen, it will happen. If it shouldn't happen, it won't happen. No matter what I do, no matter how much crying I do. Yes, it also was something that would make me give up a lot. That's another lesson as well, that he taught me to to stick it out, no matter how tough the going gets. I'm the type of a person that if something gets too difficult, it's not meant to be. Because I believed that life was supposed to just be smooth flowing. So in as much as what will happen, there is a place for me to believe, and then there is a place for me to act, and then there is a place for me to fight, to act on it. So, number one, when it comes to things that I ought to do, I learned that it's my responsibility to give God what to bless. Remember that word that says God will bless the works of our hands. But if there's nothing happening, if I'm not doing anything, which works of my hands will He bless? So I learned that I have to stand up, work, and then God will bless what I'm working. I learned that, like even with school, for example, I can get admission, I can study and get good marks. Sometimes it's tough. I know when I was doing my research, sometimes you feel like giving up, like, is this really worth it? I mean, if God wants me to have this, I shouldn't have to suffer so much, right? No, wrong. Sometimes you need to put in the sweat. You need to work it, working out our own salvation, even our faith, even anything, even labor to give birth to a child. I mean, it just doesn't pop. If it's a C-section, you still have to go through the pain of nursing a wound. If it's a natural birth, you still have to push. And believe me, I've been there 4 times. It's not easy, but it's worth it. So nothing comes and falls on you. Although I believe sometimes there are those things that God knows our threshold, and He allows us to go through things that we can manage. And then I would say I'm tired. You say, you're tired, what have you done? So, I mean, lessons are not only positive, ne? Because I've had to rethink it again. He told me that the people that are supposed to rest, people that are supposed to sleep, are people who have worked. So if you have not worked, what are you resting from? So for a while, that was my mentality. Until I realized sometimes you work, but you don't have anything to show for it. Then you must rest, re-strategize, recalibrate, plan yourself afresh. To look after that body so that it can do more for you. Look after your mind. It's pointless to sit on a desk for 8 hours looking at a screen when you can sit at the desk for 2 hours, do what you can, and then rest, come back again another time. Yes, we need to put in the work, but we also need to look after our bodies. We also need to ask ourselves, is this work profitable? Is it fruitful? What is happening? Because otherwise you're just going with the wind, happy-go-lucky, just being busy with nothing. So yeah, I think I've gone through 10 lessons in just 10 minutes, but I hope that you have caught something, and I'll see you at lesson 20.